We haven't done anything yet. We're a pretty significant underdog in every game we've played in this series, and that will continue till the end. And we're going to keep approaching this like we have everything to prove. And we know people don't believe in us. And so we're going to just stay in the fight and keep fighting. All things about the scores and all that other stuff's meaningless. That this game is now history. And so we got to stay in the present moment as much as we can, try to maintain an edge. There's going to be a big haymaker coming on whatever day it is, Tuesday. And, that building is one of the few buildings that rivals Gainbridge for noise and fan enthusiasm and everything else. So, we respect the heck out of their fans and what they got going there. So, a lot of work to do.
You've continually, including just now, said that each game will be harder than the previous one. What has allowed your team to continue to meet those challenges throughout the playoffs?
It's just a day-to-day, hour-to-hour thing. A playoff series is, I don't know, sometimes they're 10, 12 days, sometimes they're 2 weeks. They have incredibly high and low ebbs and flows. A lot of things going on, a lot of conversation. Back in the old days, before social media, you had newspapers and there was plenty going on then. Now there's stuff going on in real time, as you sit and breathe, So you got to try to know the things to ignore and just stay in the moment and stay in the process.
What was your view of the Bennedict Mathurin ejection moment?
I had a lot of questions about it. I saw one still shot where it looked like he had his hand flat, but they have a lot of different views. Whatever happened. He'll accept the ejection. Whatever else happens from it, and we just got to move forward. It's a learning experience for him, and it's playoff series are physical, they're chippy, they're personal, and we gotta stay out of the weeds of things that take us away from what we do best.
So obviously Pascal and Obi got you started offensively, getting some post-ups against the back line of that 3-2. Just what kind of showed you that was the way to attack this thing, and what impressed you about just the way Pascal and Obi both handled getting buckets around the rim and also moving outside?
Yeah, we just had a better attitude about attacking the zone tonight, and we did it with greater urgency and more attitude. That's the main thing. I mean, we've seen more zone than anybody in the league this year, so we had to make some adjustments. But the biggest adjustments were adjustments in attitude, and sort of how we brought a certain level of aggression to it. And we did better tonight, but we did better also because we rebounded better.
With Miles obviously hit some big shots for you down the stretch, also get some of those post-up buckets. Just what did you like about his game? How important was those shots he hit to kind of make that thing start to snowball?
Yeah, there were some. We had some very good runs when we needed them, particularly in the first half. And I'm not crazy about the way the game ended. It's just. Garbage time is ugly. It can be ugly, but we did a lot of good things to get ourselves enough of a cushion to finish the game. So I'm grateful for that. We had a lot of guys that did a lot of good things, and now it's over.
8 of 32 in the first half, you guys held them to. Just what'd you like defensively? 14 turnovers as well. I think they were like .77 per possession. Just what stood out to you just on that end?
Got to play with intensity and play clean. You don't like seeing them shooting 40 free throws, and they're shooting, an inordinate amount of free throws in this series, and so we've just got to look at it and figure out ways to play cleaner and still have a level of aggression and physicality without having them go to the line all night. So we'll look at it and we'll try to do better.
Think Obi provided you with just from a shot-making standpoint off the bench, and also the Dr. J-esque layup?
Well, you know, when they go to small lineups, having Obi and Pascal is a blessing for us because it allows us to match small and still maintain some size. I mean, those guys are still pretty big. And so he did a lot of good things tonight. He's going to be aggressive. He's going to shoot open shots. He's going to be able to create late clock when you're in a bit of a bind, and he's a mover. You know, he moves well. He's one of the guys that fuels us when we play well offensively. So it was much needed. You know, look, Game 3 was ugly. It was ugly, and our crowd was another thing that really fueled us tonight. And our guys responded well, but, you know, as I said, it's over, and now we got to get ready for the next.